So if you're good, I'm gonna start with the next question. So we know that the search results, there's a balance between what your team is doing, particularly on the organic side, and then advertising, because the company needs to make money, and so it all makes sense. However, from an SEO's perspective, over the past several years, we've been seeing more and more of what we would call organic kind of disappearing below the fold, and there's more paid inclusion in a sense. Paid inclusion is probably not the right word, but AdWords, advertising.
Yeah.
And so my understanding in the past was you guys work separately as separate teams, and so how do you share that landscape? Is the AdWords group going to win out on the search results pages because of need to make a profit? You know what I mean? Like, can you explain to us sort of how that process works?
It's absolutely great to have the chance to talk about this. I was going to say it again, but actually I haven't had the chance to talk about this with you, so I'm happy to...
Yeah, I haven't talked to you about this, no.
Right, I mean, we hadn't a chance to chat about this, but we generally will get this question quite a bit. You give it, what I like about this question in particular is that you give it a bit more context, you give it the perspective of you seeing what you say is organic results sort of shrinking, and what is that related to? So let me split that up maybe into two parts, and then try to answer that separately. So first of all, the separation is, for us, as far as we're concerned, very black and white. We love our colleagues, and we have like tons of fun together outside of work. I'm looking forward every time I get to visit like a local office where I'm going to see some of the sales teams. They're the best in terms of having fun. But when we come back to work, there's a great big wall, and the kind of wall I'm talking about is less of a sort of the great wall of China. It's more like the Game of Thrones kind of wall between us, and you do not pass that wall. You do not cross that threshold. You can, again, so I'm pitching lots of sort of resources and links here, but I'm pretty proud of this one because we managed to update it recently and actually translate it into a whole bunch of languages. It's our new honest results page. Just Google honest results. You'll find this kind of fairly short 4 or 5 paragraph statement on our position on this. It hasn't changed. The reason we updated it is not because it has changed, but because we pretty much, well, first of all, we translated it, and second of all, we made it even more concise and more to the point. So that is not going away anywhere. We work separately. We are to the point not only where those guys don't get to influence the decisions that search makes and what ranks where, but to the point is when they come to us and say, yeah, you know what, our advertisers are telling us that something, well, they don't like something. I'm not going to say something isn't working because they can't know, but they don't like something. We generally push back on that very hard, making sure that everybody inside and outside the company understands that that's not how it works. It's not because you have a connection inside of Google in any kind of way that you get treated differently. It's not because you have an account manager that you can pass feedback to Google in a way that other people can't, and so on. We have, as you well know, open communication channels for the forums, for this kind of hangouts and that sort of stuff, and we love doing it, and we love being as open and as close to the people who use us and who provide the content as we can. And AdWords has nothing to do with that. You don't need an AdWords account to be able to talk to Google search. There's things like we're doing right now that allow.
Well, I guess what I'm saying is, and I believe all that, and that's what I've been told, and that makes sense. It's hard to.
That's the first part.
As being, oh, okay, another part.
The first part. Now, as for the organic results disappearing and being pushed out or being displaced by something, first of all, I can't say I've observed it that much. I don't. Like as a user, but maybe I'm a different kind of user, but as a user I haven't observed ads replacing my organic search results as much. What I do say has been happening is that if you think about where search is, and a couple of your questions today I hope are going to be related to that as well, and where the future of search lies, and the sort of devices we display the results on, we display them in many new, I was going to say the word exciting, but okay, that sounds a bit too corporate, many new and like sometimes pretty awesome, sometimes they're quite dire, but sometimes pretty awesome new ways of showing solutions and information to our users. And inevitably the model of 10 blue links on a single page that you can scroll down and then click on the next page and get 10 more blue links, that's a little bit 1998. So that, if we're still thinking about it in those terms, I would stop, right? I would stop considering search results to be that thing that consists of 10 blue links with snippets and whatever, the titles. Search results are not there anymore. Not because of AdWords, but because of so many other things that need to be there We need to show contextual information. We need to show information about apps. We need to show videos. We need to show all sorts of other things. So these links will come and go, and will obviously some of our results will be represented just by straight links to websites. But I'm hoping that a lot more, and as we go along and as we work with different devices, I'm not even going to mention mobile for now, but think about Android Wear. Like the way you need to present information over there, it's never going to be 10 blue links.
Yeah.
So think about it less in terms of the blue links to websites being replaced by something else. Think about it more in terms of the fact that the way we need to present solutions to our users is changing, and we hope we can manage this change together with the content creators. So as these ways of presenting information change, we can work with the people who actually put it out there to make it the most useful, to make it the most exciting, to make it the most interactive, and so on. So in any case, to summarize, AdWords is not replacing organic search in any shape or form. What is happening is that organic search is changing. Like the way we present the results and the way we'll continue to change, that's what's happening. That's what's going on.